Hello and welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video I will live stream my deck. So this is live stream basically for game test with the Darkrai-Giratina Hammer Edition standard format. So if you would like to participate in a live stream, please send your friend request if you already didn't have, and pretty much send me a bell so we can actually play. Alright, there we go. So the first battle for this evening. Let's take a look what's on the other side. So I'm very excited about it, definitely. So I want the coin flip, which means that I can also go first. So I will definitely start first, why not? Okay, so there is one Giratina-EX and a Hoopa. So I guess I will start first with Giratina in the active spot. And with Hoopa I can just grab some more Pokemons. So let's play first that Conduring here. One Darkrai, one more Giratina, and one Shaymin-EX, of course. So let's first play that Darkrai on the bench, Giratina, one Double Dragon Energy, one Fighting Fury Belt, one Max Elixir. Alright, so there is also one Darkness Energy. It will go down to the Darkrai and one Ultra Ball for just the baby Yveltal. So I can also have that baby Yveltal for energy acceleration in case I will need it later. And of course one Shaymin for 6. So I'm looking for one more Max Elixir and pretty much Float Stone or Escape Rope. Any of these two cards will work, but looks like that's not gonna happen. So we'll just go with Professor Sycamore so I can max out my chances turn 1 to get as many energies as I can in play. Okay, so two more Max Elixirs. Let's first play those Trainers Mails. Okay, so there is one Escape Rope, which is very nice. And the second Trainer's Mail for V-Seeker. Okay, I guess I will just take that Sycamore instead of the V-Seeker. And I still have chance to hit two more energies with my Max Elixirs. So there is one on Giratina. And there is second one more energy onto my Darkrai. And right now it's time pretty much to use my Escape Rope, put Darkrai in the active spot, and pass my turn. So far a near perfect turn, I should say. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energies. That's 130 damage on my turn 1. The game even doesn't start. And I can already hit for 130. Okay, so seated with the bursting balloon. Okay, luckily there's one Lysandre sitting in my hand. So I don't need to think too much about that bursting balloon here. I can just Lysandre and knock out his Remoraid on the bench, I guess. So definitely I will do that. And unfortunately for him, there's a Tails, so that means that I'm going to grab that Remoraid, attach one more energy onto my Giratina, and strike with my Dark Pulse for tons of damage. 150 in total. That's just insane damage for the turn 2. And there's one Crushing Hammer. Okay, so I already played 3 Max Elixirs. One Bursting Balloon. Okay, so one more Bursting Balloon. Seated, flip a coin. Okay, there's Seeker for N. Flip coin if heads, if this Pokemon would be knocked out by a damage from an attack during your opponent's next turn. If it's knocked out, remaining HP become 10 instead of the knockout, so not bad card, I guess. But there is Nuzleaf and probably Shiftry, I guess. But the most important thing is that I already managed to build up powerful Darkrai with tons of damage. So I also have one more Max Elixir and Darkness Energy sitting in my hand, so I can just easily go for the knockout against my opponent Nuzleaf, even if he can find a Shiftry. So the game is pretty much over. Let's just take a look if we can find a few more energies so we can attach them. So that was the 4th Max Elixir for me, and third 3 Dark Pulse can strike for 190 damage. That's just ridiculous. So moving on to the next game. Hopefully someone will send a friend request. Hopefully someone will send a battle request. So when I'm waiting for the battle request, I will just try to battle someone from my friends. But if you would like to play, just send friend request and I will confirm it. Alright, so game number 2. Water Psychic deck. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Okay, so I'm starting second. I mean, going second is not that bad at all, because I can actually start attack my turn 1. And there's a pretty decent chance that I can do that. So I'm starting with my baby Yveltal. I can always discard with Ultra Ball some of my energies from hand, so I can accelerate pretty much my bench with that Oblivion Wing. And I really like that. So let's see, Blastoise EX on the other side. Okay, it might be Mega Blastoise EX, so it's definitely going to be a very interesting match to watch. Hopefully my Crushing Hammers will work and will do some of the advantage to me. So Ultra Ball for 1 Sycamore and Center Lady for 1 Hoopa-EX. If you're new to the channel, I totally forgot to say, don't forget to check Pokemon Card Market if you're based in Europe. With the top right code in the top right corner, one person who actually registered the Pokemon Card Market will get €5 on the account, so definitely make sure to check that. And of course, that special offer is only for European players. So 2 copies of Blastoise Spirit Link, and more than that, 1 copies of a N. Okay, I wish there was no N because my hand was pretty decent. But I will not complain because even this hand looks just pretty okay. Alright, so 1 Darkrai for the bench, 1 Fighting Fury Bell for it, 1 Crushing Hammer. Let's see if we can find heads. Nope, unfortunately, 1 energy for my Yveltal. Shaymin-EX for 4 before I go with my Sycamore. Okay, so there is some Max Elixirs to be played. On Darkrai, of course. Then I'm playing Ultra Ball. Let's see, I can even grab my Hoopa here. Just because I want to grab Giratina and the Shaymin-EX, so I can actually maybe preserve my Double Dragon energy for next turn, which can be very important. Plus, if I can hit V Seeker, I can Lysandre my opponent Hoopa. Still, he can retreat with the switch Escape Rope or Float Stone, but he's not going to be able to heal the damage off, so there is another Max Elixir and another energy successfully found. So 1 more Crushing Hammer, this time it's a Heads, 1 Trainers Mail to be played. Trainers Mail for Parallel City. I guess I can't complain against that. 1 Parallel City to get rid of my Shaymins. Yep, definitely just Shaymin. And unfortunately Sycamore for 7. I can still hit maybe even here Escape Rope, something like that, but looks like that's not gonna happen. So for that case I will just Oblivion Wing for 30, and I can attach one of my Darkness energies on my Giratina down to the bench. So it's pretty decent, I guess. For turn 1 I can't complain. I managed to discard my opponent energy, so it's good. There is Mega Blastoise, but without energies. I guess 2 Mega Turbos and 1 energy from hand will do the job. But still, it's not that easy, I guess. There's another M. Hopefully to see some more, maybe even Double Dragon energies and more Max Elixirs. Okay, pretty good. I mean, Mega Blastoise can't attack my Giratina-EX. So with my Giratina in play, I can just easily counter my opponent Mega Blastoise. But of course, my opponent can counter me with his Regice. Okay, so there is Regice for the bench. It's my turn. 1 Double Dragon energy, 1 Trainer's Mail for me, which will give me the Float Stone. I really like the Float Stone, for sure. So Float Stone. I don't have N, but I do have Professor Sycamore. More than that, I will just Ultra Ball to see how many resources I have left. So 2 more Crushing Hammers, 2 more Max Elixirs, 4 energies. Let's just hit that Sycamore for 7. I could even go for the knockout here pretty much with the Lysandre, but I didn't want to do that. I'm looking for that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 160. No, let's just strike with Chaos Wheel. I mean, no tools, no stadiums, no special energies, so I can be 100% positive that his Regice will not be able to attack. In that time, I can just easily power up more energies in play onto my Darkrai, and basically one-hit knockout later all of my opponent Pokemons. With Olympia, I can just simply retreat without thinking too much of the consequences. So another Mega Evolution, another Energy, and a Trainer's Mail. So Trainer's Mail just for a N. Speaking about N, it's time for another Chaos Wheel. Or maybe even, yeah, definitely Chaos Wheel. We'll just continue going on with my Chaos Wheel for the knockout, and then basically next turn I can Olympia into my Darkrai and surprise my opponent with the one-hit knockout. So there is Hoopa-EX. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 energies. That's 160, 180, 190. So far I can strike for 190. That's just ridiculous amount of the damage. 1 Max Elixir, but no energy, and definitely another Mega Blastoise. Alright, so is that it? It might be. So this player can play Pokemon Tools, Special Energies, or Stadium. 1 Hex Maniac, it's pretty much welcome. It's not a Lysandre, so it's okay, I guess. It's time for Olympia, that is for sure. I mean, Olympia will give me the option to knock out my opponent from 2 strikes for the game here. Okay, so still waiting for my turn to begin. 1 Olympia on my Darkrai, so 1 more Double Dragon Energy. At this moment this is pretty much like overkill, I guess, but I will just Ultra Ball in case of the N, so I can discard pretty much 3 cards on my hand, and 1 Dark Pulse. So this is gonna be 230, and for the next turn I have V-Seeker for the Lysandre. So I guess I can just Lysandre one of my opponent, Blastoise on the bench, and win the game. Even if he can use that Resistance Blizzard, it doesn't matter too much for me. But also there is like a Pearl City in play, so he can strike only for 50. Even that, it's a nightmare for my opponent. Alright, let's see his next move. So Lysandre on Giratina. Oh, so he just decided to paralyze Giratina. It didn't end up pretty well, so I have another V-Seeker for Olympia. I guess I don't need to worry too much about that. I can just retreat, heal some damage, add 1 more Double Dragon Energy, so I can hit for more damage with my Darkrai, and strike for 270. So 1 more prize for me, and that's another V-Seeker, so even Mega Blastoise can't do too much here. I mean, it can maximum one hit knock on my Shaymin, but that's it. So there's another victory. Moving on to the another game, just looking for that friend request, I guess. Okay, so who's the next? Looking for the next battle. Okay, when I'm waiting for the battle, I will just... Okay, there we go. I thought like I might just crack some packs here, but another game is just around the way. Okay, so I'm starting second. No basic for me, as expected. So another 7 cards for me. Let's take a look. Okay, 1 Giratina with the Chaos Wheel, Darkness Energy, and 2 Crushing Hammers. Alright, so on the other side it's a Spinarak. So there is one Trainers Mail. Okay, Trainers Mail just for the puzzle of time. I guess that's definitely not the best start for my opponent on the other side. So I guess I will attach one energy and go with my Sycamore for 7. And pretty much pass my turn. Okay. Not the best start for both of us, but at least next turn I can attach the double dragon energy and swing hard with it. So that can give me some boost. Okay, that's it. Alright, that was a very bad game, I guess, but it happened. Sometimes it's just happened, I mean. Alright, so let's move on with another game. But in the meantime, when I'm waiting for that battle, let's just crack quickly one booster pack. Oh gosh. Okay, so we are going to crack that later. Alright, so starting second. So there is one Giratina, Ultra Ball, featuring 2 copies of V-Seeker and a Darkness Energy. At least I can grab with my Ultra Ball, I guess, one of my Hoopa, so I can set up with it. One level ball for Remoraid on the other side, so one Seedot, one Remoraid. Pretty much the same matchup. Float Stone on that Remoraid. I wish I had that Float Stone in my hand, so I can retreat my Giratina turn 1. Well, still I can find one. Far from that. Ultra Ball for another Seedot. Alright. V-Seeker for Sycamore. So a little bit better start, I guess, this time. Okay, so my turn. Let's just quickly go with one Ultra Ball for 1 energy and one of my Lysandres, of course, for Hoopa, so I can set with him. Oh my gosh, I have like 10 energies. 1 energy is just prized, and that's 1 double dragon energy, so it's not that bad, I guess. But let me just see how many. Okay, there's Escape Rope. Is there Float Stone? I don't see Float Stone. So I have only Escape Rope. Probably I'm not going to be able to strike that turn 1 here, but maybe I will, who knows. We'll definitely go with energy on my Darkrai, Giratina to the bench, and then Shaymin for 3. Not the best setup, I guess, with the Shaymin, but still 3 cards are good. 1 huge Sycamore for 7. Discarding a couple of my resources here. Let's see. 1 more Ultra Ball. Yeah, I guess I can discard another Ultra Ball and Sycamore in order to take my baby Yveltal here. I will definitely need it at some point of the game. And 1 Max Elixir. So Max Elixir, but no energy, unfortunately. Which means that my turn is over. Okay, not happy at all. And there's one Nuzleaf on the other side with the bursting balloon. Okay, so one double Colress energy, a Beazle for 2. I mean, he can still find a Shiftry and a Force the John plant to put him in play. I hope he's gonna be able to do that. And there's another V-Seeker for another Sycamore. Let's just take a look at his hand. So he's discarding Turn Flame and the second Octillery here. Alright. Unfortunately, for my opponent, he was not able to start with Talonflame, so it's a little bit harder, I guess. Okay, so another Ceratin plane. He strikes for 20 with I don't know why he didn't strike with harder. He should definitely do that. I don't know why he didn't do that. One double Dragon Energy, one Enhanced Hammer, one V-Seeker for pretty much one Professor Sycamore, of course, and I'm looking forward for 7 new cards, maybe even that Escape Rope. No sign of the Escape Rope, but still I can hit one, I guess. You gotta be kidding me, what the heck, I was not able to pick that energy card? Okay, never mind, and right now there's Escape Rope, so that's just like a nightmare for me, I guess. We'll grab that Escape Rope, but just for later. Anyways, not sure why I was not able to hit that energy. I click on energy, but it didn't accept it, so kind of weird, I guess, but never mind. So, there is first Shiftry in play, and another Ultra Ball. Let's see for another Nuzleaf. Alright, nice. There's also one double Chorus Energy for that 120, I guess, if he can have 5 cards in hand like me. For now he can. There's a Trainer's Mail. Maybe he missed opportunity for that play. On the other side, I'm definitely looking forward to Escape Rope my Giratina in active position. Maybe even my baby Yveltal, so I can power up some of my energies from my discard pile. I think that actually baby Yveltal will be a better substitute. So a V-Seeker for N. Or maybe nothing of my Escape Rope, but still I can hit Olympia. Alright, tons of good cards in my hand. So 120, and it's my turn, which means that I will first play 2 of my Crushing Hammers. I can completely disable his Shiftry here. Looks like that's not gonna happen. Then we're moving on with some Max Elixirs. Alright, there is energy number 1. Max Elixir. There is energy number 2. One double Dragon Energy to be played. One Trainer's Mail. Just for a V-Seeker. Did I play my Pearl City? No, I didn't do that yet. So I'm pretty much looking for that Sycamore, and I'm not sure if I want to play Pearl City right now, or I'm looking for another one and Escape Rope so I can remove my Giratina with 170 damage. Okay, so 2 more Crushing Hammers. One has finally one more Crushing Hammer to be played. Unfortunately, this time it's a Tails, so I'm passing my turn, which means that I'm losing my Giratina and 2 prize cards, but not that big problem, I guess. Still, I can hit hard next turn, and one hit knock out his Shiftry without problems. There is Bursting Balloon. And another Grass Energy, and we have both 5 cards in our hand, but he can even attack me with a Weakened Wind if he really wants. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, each stadium or Pokemon pool card in play has no effect. But unfortunately, in that case, Bursting Balloon will not work. And he managed to get that, of course, the Giant Platinum play finally. Finally, he did that. A Beazle hand for just a single card. Alright, so I'm thinking about putting another Darkrai on the bench. Using my Oblivion Wing and powering up another Darkrai will be much better decision than just going straight away for the knockout against his Shiftry. Even I can do that, I guess. But for now, I will just hit for 30 with my Oblivion Wing, and then turn after that, I will basically promote my Giratina and finish the job with the Chaos Wheel, so I can prevent him from playing those double Chorus energies. And of course, I can avoid 6 damage counters to be placed on one of my Darkrays or Giratinas. So another Shiftry, I'm down to 9. So that's also very scary. I already played maximum amount of my V-Seekers, but I still have like 2 copies of M to play. Another V-Seeker for Lysandre this time, probably on my Shaymin for 2 prize knockout. Alright, so I'm in very, very red zone right now. So that means only one thing. It's time for my Giratina. It's time for Giratina to finish the job with the Chaos Wheel. I guess I can put that energy, whatever I need, on Hoopa, just in case. So Chaos Wheel for 110, no double chorus energies, no tools, no stadiums. But pretty much... Oh, that was even not enough for the knockout. I didn't watch that I don't have Fighting Fury Belt attached on it. Okay, very bad decision. What? Why in the world I did that? Why I even didn't have? I guess. Bad call. That's just terrible call here. How did I miss that? Okay, never mind. Still, he needs to go down to like a 4. There's one Super Road, which means that he has 5 cards right now in his hand. And next turn can definitely be painful if I can survive. Okay, there's Ultra Ball, which means that he can grab something in his hand if he's pretty much smart. Draw cards with the Beazle hand till he have 5, and then put that Citadel on the bench and knock out Giratina. Alright, never mind for that. It was definitely a very bad call from me. I totally miscalculated for 10 damage, but never mind. Let's move on with another game. It happens sometimes. Oh, I was looking for that pack to crack. Let's just see what's inside. Doop, 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 doop. One Starmie with bacon. Let's see what is the last card. Secret Rare Manaki's, or whatever it is, Executor. Okay, not that bad. Let's move on with the game test. So, would you like to go first? Yes. Okay, so starting with a Darkrai. That's pretty cool. Let's see, 1 Darkrai for me. For my opponent Giratina, there's a Fighting Fury Belt, 1 Darkness Energy, Ultra Ball for Center Lady and Darkness Energy. I guess I can pick Hoopa for a little bit bigger setup. I'm thinking about just taking one of my Yveltal-EXs and one of my Giratinas. I still want to have a few more bench space for later, maybe for additional setup if I need it. So Shaymin 4-5. I hope none of my double dragon energies will be there. Unfortunately, one of them is here. But I guess I can end easily. So one more Ultra Ball for one more Shaymin-EX before I decide to go with my Pearl City. So I can clear both Shaymis from play. Alright, you gotta be kidding me. A 0 Max Elixir for that turn 1. That's just not good. But at least I can remove my Shaymins and I can V-Seeker into my N. Definitely N is much better than discarding my double dragon energy here. I will definitely need it. So another Fighting Fury Belt. We'll go down to my Yveltal and the Trainers Mail for Max Elixir finally. So Max Elixir will give me nothing. So I'm passing. Okay, so not that bad, I guess. 110, so I'm pretty happy with it. It could be worse, but I managed to hit that Crushing Hammer. It was very important Crushing Hammer here, I guess. So right now I can put my opponent pretty much in disadvantage because he still don't have a single energy card in play. And without energies, you can't simply do nothing. So there is another one, and Professor Sycamore for 7. So I do have Olympia in my hand. I have another Pearl City. I have even Crushing Hammer, so... Oh, Enhanced Hammer for my opponent. Nice, nice, definitely nice. So my turn, another chance for hit Crushing Hammer. This time that's not gonna happen. So let's just quick hit with that Dark Pulse for another 130, which is enough for a knockout. So even if he can power up his Chaos Wheel Giratina, I can quickly respond with my Yveltal-EX. And with that Evil Ball, I can strike for pretty much one-hit knockout. Okay, so big surprise for me, which is a N. Okay, 2 Double Dragon Energies for me. Unfortunately, none of them can be played. A lack of my Pokemon Ranger. So let's go with the Trainer's Mail for Enhanced Hammer. I guess Enhanced Hammer will help a little bit. That is for sure. So we'll discard that double Dragon Energy from my opponent. Giratina. More than that, I guess I can play my Sycamore for 7. Guess I can. Why not? Still have 2 double Dragon Energies in play. 1 energy onto my Giratina. I can't play tools, so I can just strike with my Dark Pulse. So 150. I totally control this game. I can say that for sure, because I have Hoopa in play, but I do have Escape Rope. I do have Lysandre. Oh, I don't have Lysandre, but I do have Central Lady in my discard pile for the next turn if he misses opportunity to attack here with his Giratina. But even that, even if he can attack with Giratina, I guess I can heal damage and knock out it. So he will be without attacker in play. Those Crushing and Enhanced Hammers are just big deal. And speaking about Lysandre, he just grabbed one in his hand. So probably he thinking about maybe Lysandre my Hoopa might be a good option. So yeah, as I mentioned, he retreated down to the Trubbish, but still, I didn't see supporter play. Waiting for my opponent to play that supporter card, and he didn't do that, I guess. I was on the chat, so I'm not 100% positive what he did turn before, but I know what I can did here. So I can just pretty much grab my Center Lady, remove some of my damage counters from my Darkrai, and the most important thing, I can put that Float Stone on my Hoopa. But I can take 2 prizes instead of the 1, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can strike for 170. Only Darkrai can survive a one-hit knockout, I guess, because he had 180 HP. So I'm waiting for my opponent to see his next move. So he just decided to put the Hoopa in the active position, so I will retreat down to my Darkrai, so I can strike with my Dark Pulse for huge 170, which will be enough for the knockout, and I can take 2 prize cards, which means that the next turn I just need Lysandre to Lysandre one of his EXs on the bench, or he can somehow find enough damage to one-hit knock out my Darkrai-EX. If he play Max Elixir, and he play Max Elixir, he shouldn't go with the Darkrai in the active spot, he should go with the Giratina. Pretty much the same thing. He can still power up Max Elixirs, I guess, on another Darkrai. Right now he can strike for 80, 110. So 110, he still need a lot more resources, like a double Dragon Energy, and maybe 2 more Max Elixirs to one-hit knock out my Darkrai. So probably that's not going to happen. There's just a Dark Pulse. And of course, at this moment, I'm just seeking that Lysandre. Speaking about Lysandre, there is one as a top deck, so this will be a GG. Alright, so quickly recovered from that huge mistake that I did against that Shiftry deck turn before, so I'm waiting for another battle, I guess. So let's just go on with another battle. As you can see, I built this deck today, 4 wins, only 1 defeat, and that 1 defeat shouldn't be defeat, it should be victory, but unfortunately it happens sometimes. Sometimes you just did bad calculation. If you already didn't subscribe to the channel, please support me by clicking that subscribe. It would mean a world to me. So if you can do that, that would be just amazing from you. Okay, so game number 6 today, I guess. Alright, so starting with my Darkrai here. I really like the opening hand, to be honest. So Darkrai-EX for the active position. Yanmega break on the other side. So that means only one thing. Just find Hex Maniac as fast as I can, so I can strike my opponent Yanmegas. I also think about that turn 1 Darkrai here. Is it possible for me to power up turn 1 Darkrai? As long as my opponent will not play, and I'm safe. So that's for sure. There's one Pokeball. Unfortunately, it's a Tails, and it's my turn. So let's try to dunk his Yanmega here on the turn 1. I'm going to play one of my Ultra Balls, and I will grab my baby Yveltal and put it onto bench. Then I will play my Hoopa-EX for that Scandering, and I will grab Darkrai, Shaymin, and Giratina-EX. More than that, I'm not looking forward to attach none of these energies, so just looking for that Shaymin for 3, because I'm looking for double dragon energy, and basically for some of my, yeah, that's not gonna happen, looks like. Okay, never mind. Escape Rope onto my baby Yveltal. I was hoping to hit at least one of my Max Elixirs, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Okay, so speaking about Max Elixirs, right now I managed to find some of them. Max Elixir number 1, unfortunately for nothing. Trainers Mail for maybe another Max Elixir. Nope, just Lysandre. Okay, that's it. Let's turn 140 damage and 1 energy onto my Darkrai. More than that I can't do, so I guess I'm happy with it. Okay, I didn't see for which card Acrobike was, because I was on the chat. Trainers Mail and Acrobike for nothing, so if he missed the opportunity here to find a few more Pokemons, I guess the game should be over next turn, maybe. Okay, so I got back my Lysandre, there is one unknown. Farwell Leather. Okay, so there is Remoraid. Still, he needs to have 4 cards. Oh, there's a Mega Break. And Assault Beam for like a 100. Okay, so still that's not enough for the knockout. I guess I will just heal some of my damage from my Yveltal, I guess, to survive maybe one more turn. Or maybe not. I already wasted my Escape Rope. Well, I guess I can Lysandre his Remoraid. I don't need to rush anywhere here, just Oblivion Wing for 40. No energies in this pile, but it doesn't matter too much, I guess. There's Grass Energy, so he can retreat and knock out for a prize my Yveltal, but then next turn I can respond by knocking out his Yanmega with my Darkrai-EX and still keep my Center Lady in hand, I guess. so I can heal more and more damage counters from my Darkrai when he managed to attack with his Yanmega. And unfortunately for him, that Pearl City will just force him to do 20 damage less until he managed to get another stadium, another Forest of the Giant plant for himself. So another 100 damage, and it's time for my Darkrai. Top deck is a Max Elixir, no energy again. Okay, let's just go for a Dark Pulse and the 90 damage. So 90 plus 40, again not enough. Oh my god, am I mad for tonight. Alright, never mind. Those miscalculations. Another Pokeball. And this time he hit heads, which means that he can search his deck for any Pokemon he wants. That Pokeball is a pretty badass card, but unfortunately you have to flip a coin. And if you get tails, you just waste one of your trainers for nothing. So that's not the best card, I guess, but still, it's a decent. Okay, so I'm taking like 120 damage this turn. Yeah, I guess Center Lady will do the job. As long as I have my Center Lady, I'm gonna do fine. And I will have Center Lady for like 2 more turns. Assault Beam for 120. Oh, double Dragon Energy, you're welcome. So 1 Center Lady, so that's like he hit for 60, and Dark Pulse for 130. So I need just 1 more energy so I can one-hit knock out all of his Yanmega's breaks. On the other side, he can go for 120 more, then I can just use another Center Lady, but in that case, my Darkrai turn after that will be knocked out. Another Pokeball and another head, so that means 1 more card for him. Okay, so 180, that's just a lot of damage on my Darkrai, but I guess I can try to heal some of the damage from that Darkrai. Maybe he can survive somehow. Still I have Shaymin-EX, which means that I can draw a few more cards with it. Why not if I can? Another Max Elixir will bring me another energy here. So I can use another Trainers Mail. I guess for that Enhanced Hammer, can use it in case he managed to put some special energy, but with my Chaos Wheel for 100. Only for 100. That's not gonna happen. So I was short for that Fighting Fury Belt, but luckily, without the Yanmega break, okay, there's a Lysandre on my Darkrai, so he can go for the knockout against my Darkrai here. That's fine. Which means that I will probably just stick around with my Darkrai-EX for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the 1-hit knockout against his Yanmega break on the bench. It's very important for me to get knockout against that Yanmega break for exactly 140 and to take that prize, which is another Darkness Energy. A few miscalculations, I guess. I'm starting to be a little bit tired, so I'm starting to think a little bit less. But I'm doing pretty well. Still, he only have that 1 Yanmega, which means that without Yanmega break, he can't hit for 100, not even 120, because I don't have Fighting Fury Belt or Float Stone or any other tool attached. That means only one thing. I can easily V-Seeker for another Center Lady and heal more and more damage counters from my Darkrai. I even have Olympia in my hand, so I can even heal some of the damage with my Olympia. There's another Yanmega and Trainers Mail. He still can use that Abyssal hand, I guess. Oh, there's a M. Okay, so still waiting for that next move. Oh, Escape Rope. Huh, interesting. Pretty much, I'm putting my Giratina in the fire. Luckily, there's Olympia in my hand. As long as he don't play N, I'm gonna be fine. There's a Trainer's Mail, probably for nothing, just to have 4 cards so he can strike with Assault Beam, I guess. But then, I can just simply Olympia in my Darkrai and one-hit knockout. He's a Yanmega. Even if he have that Assault Vest, it's not gonna be very effective. Plus, I can also heal some damage from my Giratina. And there we go with a Dark Pulse. So Dark Pulse for 160, enough for the knockout. And that should be GG, I guess. No Yveltal Laser, no Super Road. I guess no more chance to win. Alright, so one more Yanmega to knock. Oh, look at this. There's a DC on Octillery. So he's going all in here with his Octillery. I also see the Fungus with Play Ball. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you can grab 3 Pokeballs. That's a pretty badass card. I really like it. And I can see myself building the next grass deck for casual play with that new Meganium, a grass one, with Pokeballs and stuff like that, because sometimes I just love to play with not exactly team decks, but a little bit stronger decks than the team decks, without EXs and stuff like that. So there's one Yanma and Yanmega Break, which means that he can get that Yanmega Break in play, and one more Acrobike. Alright. So a 1 unknown for that Farwell Leather. He still have 5 cards in hand, but he have that Yanmega Break, which means that he can put that break finally in play and strike for 100. Speaking about 100, I guess I will Crushing Hammer that energy from Octillery if I can, and heal some damage with my Center Lady from my Darkrai. So I think that should be pretty much it for now. I have one more turn of the Darkrai to attack. I also have that Giratina, so I don't need to worry too much about it. I think this should be it. Another Crushing Hammer, so how many V-Seekers I played? I think 4 of them. No, actually 3, so I still have one more to play left. One more Yanma from my opponent. Let's just check that chat. Alright. Okay, so 5 more cards left for my opponent. He ends me down to like a 2. Seems like a GG. No really to laser, no damage. So there we go. I'm just looking. Oh, 4 new friend requests. I hope all of you guys subscribe to my channel already. That would be just pretty good from you. Let's just accept this one. Alright, so let's move on with another game. So if you already didn't subscribe to the channel, please consider that. I just updated my video description, so if you're just wondering for the deck list, you should check out. You should definitely check out video description. Okay, so heads or tails, let's just go heads. Okay, so starting with the Darkrai, couple of energy cards, a Float Stone and the V-Seeker with the Shaymin, so pretty much very bad hand. Rainbow Road. Okay. So Rainbow Road on the other side. Oh, thank God there's AM. Oh, my hand was just totally devastation. I'm looking forward. This one is even worse, I guess. But at least there's Escape Rope. So that Escape Rope might help as long as he don't have Joltik in play. So far I just see those Pumniards and 1 Max Elixir for me. I see that Crushing Hammer as a huge thing here, but not gonna happen. At least Max Elixir for 1 Darkness Energy, and of course 1 Escape Rope. What else I can do? I just simply need to Escape Rope my opponent and strike for 30 with my Yveltal. That's the only thing I can do right now. So let's just hope for the best. Oblivion Wing 30, I'm passing my turn, and hopefully next turn top deck should be Shaymin-EX. Okay, not sure why he decided to quit. That was very weird. Okay guys, waiting for the next battle. So we are moving on with another game here. I must say that I'm happy how the deck works. Still need few tweaks. I think that okay, let me just answer on the text message I just got. Okay, my opening hand. 1 Giratina. Okay, not that bad, I guess. Since I'm starting second, I can take advantage with the Crushing Hammer, I guess. Okay, so not the best matchup for me is that annoying Greninja break. But so far, who knows what can happen here. Let's just go with one energy on my Darkrai, with one Shaymin for 4. That's just simply bad. I'm thinking about putting my Parallel City in play. And I can play Hex Maniac, I guess. And pass my turn. Okay, I was confused with the text message, so... Alright. So yeah, speaking about Froakies and Greninja, it's the most important thing that I don't have Garbodor, so I can't stop them. I need to have Hex Maniac in play. So without Hex Maniac, I can't do too much, simply. I have that Crushing Hammer, so I can try to get heads on the coin flip at least. Okay, so I'm striking with my Dark Pulse right now for 60. Next turn I can knock out one of my opponent Frogadiers pretty much easily. But still, he will have like up to 4 Frogadiers in play. And turn after that, oh no, 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 I hate that Delinquent. I simply hate Delinquents. They're just so strong cards. Delinquent is one of the strongest supporter card, I guess. So there's even Bursting Balloon. Okay. I can smell this very bad. Water Duplicate. I can't even one-hit knock out his Frogadier here. I can just strike for like a 60. If my top deck will be... It will be Ultra Ball. Okay. So not the best. Alright, so a V-Seeker for me means that I can just grab that Hex Maniac. So I'm not looking forward for the Hex Maniac. I'm just looking forward for the Ultra Ball next turn and for that Shaymin-EX. At least I managed to survive like 2 turns without Greninja in play for my opponent, so I can be happy with that. Oh, that's just... Speaking about Greninja break, I feel the pain with my opponent. I definitely feel the pain with my opponent because I play Greninja break a lot, and simply it just happened. The deck roll like crazy, and then it just happens from nowhere that it just stops, and you can't do pretty much nothing with it. So it's just crazy. Trainers Mail for Sycamore, of course. I'm searching for Ultra Ball so I can take one more baby Yveltal and put onto my bench. Or actually one more Darkrai, it's gonna be much better. I know it's an EX, but I'm searching for another Pearl City so I can remove my Shames from play. One more Fighting Fury Belt, one Energy, one Trainer's Mail, 4. One more Crushing Hammer, which I don't really need, but I can always take. One more Max Elixir that I can play. And of course Dark Pulse, which will be enough for the knockout, 110. So one more energy will give me the opportunity to strike for 130. Being able to hit for 130 is enough to one-hit knock out all of my opponent Greninjas. Not enough for a Greninja break. Okay, so level ball for Froakie. Dive ball. Probably for another Greninja. Next turn, it's time for those Hex Maniacs to be played. 40 damage with my with his Aero Blitz. So that means only one thing. I have two different options here. Use Olympia Retreat, or maybe just use Hex Maniac and shut abilities that he can actually play. But probably I will just stick around with Olympia for this turn maybe. Or I can just simply end my opponent. Even playing Gen doesn't seem that bad. Because he probably have two Greninja breaks in his hand. Okay, Dark Pulse for a knockout, 130. I guess I should just go with safe play and the Hex Maniac, so he can't use those John Water Shurikens. But two John Water Shurikens, that's 120, plus Moonlight Slash, that's 200, plus 40, 240. That's enough to knock out my Darkrai, I guess. So he can do that, but he still need. Okay, there's a Wally, so that means that he just play one of his supporter cards, and he need to have like two energies in his hand, three energies in his hand, and like one more Greninja break. Probably that's not going to happen that easy. Where on the other side, I can just top deck Double Dragon Energy and strike for the one-hit knockout, I guess, pretty much easily. So there is a Parallel City in play for me. So I'm thinking about retreating and discarding my Darkrai. Might not be that bad option. So there's a Trainer's Mail for the V-Seeker. Okay, so I have few options here actually. I can Hex Maniac, which I will do. But I can also discard my Darkrai. And somehow I don't think if that's a smart decision to play or not. Let me just see, what do I have left? I mean, what I need to do is definitely I need to go for the one-hit knockout here against his Greninja. That's for sure. So 1, 2, 3. 60, 80, 90, 130. Okay, I can let him draw like one prize card. It's not that big deal, I guess. But I'm going to take a huge risk here with the Parallel City. Okay, and it's time for the V-Seeker and the Sycamore for 7. Because Double Dragon Energy and couple Max Elixirs can just do crazy amount of the job here. So there is a Double Dragon Energy, there's a Trainer's Mail for the Crushing Hammer. But I don't need that. I just need to hit Max Elixir here. And there's Energy card. And that's pretty much Dark Pulse for 150, short for 20. Was looking forward to get one more Max Elixir, unfortunately didn't find it, but I almost managed to do that. So next turn I have Lysandre and one-hit knockout one of his Greninjas without any problem. Okay, so Faded Hound and 6 cards for my opponent, 4 cards for me, 7 cards left for me, which actually puts me in a pretty bad spot, I guess. I just totally complicate this game. It should be much easier. So there's a John Water Shuriken, probably 6 damage counters, who knows where, maybe even on Shaymin-EX. Personally, probably I would go for the Shaymin, maybe even for the Darkrai, or even Giratina. It's pretty much hard to think, depending on what you have in your hand. So Moonlight Slash here for another 80 damage, so that's 140. That's 140, and there's a top deck Darkness Energy for me, which means that I can pretty much retreat again, which I will definitely do. So I will retreat and finish the job with my baby Yveltal, so I can attach one of my energies from the discard pile onto one of my Yveltal-EX, and I can take one more prize, which is N. Okay, so John Water Shuriken, well, pretty much next turn he can one-hit knock on my Yveltal, that's for sure, but then I can just strike for tons of damage with my Yveltal EX, and I can also use Y-Cyclone and remove that energy to one of my benched Pokemons. It will all depend on what my opponent will have in his hand. Right now he's just fighting with one Greninja break, but still he can win even with the single Greninja break. Probably he will just use that John Water Shuriken on my Darkrai on the bench, and Moonlight Slash onto my Yveltal. Which means that's 80. Alright, so the top deck for me is another Professor Sycamore, but I'm going to play another Oblivion Wing, hit for 30, put one more Darkness Energy onto my Yveltal, and I have 4 energies on it, so that's 100 damage with that Evil Ball for now, just a 100, still not enough for the one-hit knockout. I'm still short for like a 40. John Water Shuriken to knock on my Darkrai and to take 2 prize cards. There we go. I wish I had that V-Seeker in my hand so I can heal that John Water Shuriken from Darkrai. That would be so badass. Again, right now my Yveltal will be knocked out. And there's a Lysandre. Okay, on the Shaymin. Okay. Give me that energy. John Water Shuriken for 80. Simply, I need energy. There's a Max Elixir, and I have one more energy for my Yveltal-EX, but that's just simply not enough. Next turn he's taking like 3 prize cards, but luckily I had that N in my hand. John Water Shuriken probably onto Giratina-EX, probably. Yep. And water energy for my Shaymin-EX, but I have N, so oh, he actually ace trainer me down to like a 3. Still I can get that N, and hopefully I will get that N, so I can put him down to 2. Come on, 3 Sycamores. And he didn't even pass his turn, so that means that the game is over because I can't retreat, and probably he watched that on the live stream, so that's not fair play, I guess. But we'll pass the turn. Probably he just saw that I don't have more energies left to retreat my Shaymin, so he just decided to pass his turn, but normally nobody should do that. Nobody should do that, so that was not fair play at all. Alright, so moving on with the next game, just looking forward to see that chat. Okay, let's just... Somebody say when my game updates, can I battle you in Expanded? Since I stopped playing TCGO after I played at Worlds, I don't have Primal Clash on deck. Yeah, sure, you can battle with Expanded format. Okay. Okay, so would you like to go first? Yes. Alright, I was reading some comments on the chat. So there's a Garbodor, Special Charge, probably Mega Mewtwo. Okay, I really like the Mega Mewtwo deck, but I didn't play a single time in real life with it. I do have all cards for the deck, but I simply just don't like it that much that I will actually play it. So, no basic Pokemon for me, one extra card for my opponent. Okay. So, starting just with a Giratina. I guess I can have a pretty explosive start here. Okay, oh, it's Mega Pidgeot. Even worse, I guess. Let me see. Ultra Ball for Crushing Hammer and Professor Sycamore on that turn 1. Of course, for Hoopa. What should I first power up? I guess I should even power up my Giratina-EX. That seems like a good idea. But it might also be a bad idea because of the Crushing Hammers. So in that case, I can just end up with Giratina in the active spot and stuck forever without being able to attack with it. So let's just pump up one of the Darkrai-Es. So one more Trainers Mail. Again, Crushing Hammer, but I don't need that. Shaymin for 5. I guess I could take that in, so I can see myself right now without support a card. Okay, luckily there is. One more Max Elixir to be played, energy on the Darkrai. One Double Dragon energy on Giratina, one Escape Rope. And for now, I'm going to play Sycamore. Okay, there is a Fighting Fury Belt, one more Trainer's Mail. It might give me another Max Elixir or just a Float Stone, or even better, via Seeker. So, looking to play that Parallel City so I can get rid of the Shaymin and Hoopa from play. -2 for me, and that's it. Okay, so from 1 to 10, I should say this was 8 of 10 start, I guess. So there's one Flowstone and that Trubbish and Ultra Ball. Right now I can hit for 20, 40, 60, 80, 110. So 110 is a lot of damage, but I need to be very, very smart against Pidgeot's mirror move because he can respond with that damage for just a single energy card. So I guess I will need to avoid those Pidgeot's mirror moves. Okay, so, there's a Spurtling. There's already Trubbish with that. Float Stone. So, since there's a Garbodor in the deck, probably there's no enough space for my opponent to be able to take some Crushing Hammers. Maybe a few Enhanced Hammers are teched, but I don't see space for Crushing Hammer in this build. So that means that I will just continue powering up my Giratina. So I can basically one hit knock out my opponent Garbodor and just have that Giratina with the Chaos Wheel in play. And of course, the most important thing with that Rangant Pulse. So another Crushing Hammer, another Tails. No, we simply don't want to attack here for that mirror move, I guess. Or maybe we can attack for a mirror move. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 130. I'm short for like one more turn. I will just pass. I don't want to take 130 back. No way I'm gonna do that. No freaking way. I wish I hit at least one Crushing Hammer so I can be 100% positive that he might not be able to attack with his Mega Pidgeot. Right now, he have a Garbodor in play. So I guess Garbodor should be the main focus for me right now. Looking forward for Lysandre and Double Dragon. No sign of the Lysandre and Double Dragon, but at least there's a V-Seeker and Max Elixir. So I need one more energy with the Max Elixir and one from hand, so I can knock out his Pidgeot EX. That's definitely good, I guess. Okay, so let's first play Max Elixir. Giratina is ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 170 ready. 170 is ready here. So one Ultra Ball, or maybe not. Let's just go with that. I still have a couple more Crushing Hammers and Enhanced Hammers, 1 left, so maybe I can hit one of these. Just a Float Stone. Okay, so will be enough for the knockout. 170. This time I didn't miscalculate it. So I take 2 prize cards, another V-Seeker, and a Trainer's Mail. That's fine. Next turn, I guess for the next turn I want to use my Center Lady somehow to heal 6 damage counters. That means that he can strike only for like 70. That's not even close enough for good play and for the knockout. Still, I do have Float Stone, but I didn't want to spoil it to my opponent. There's a big Shroud of Memories in play, and pass of his turn, so let's hope for the best with the Crushing Hammer. Unfortunately, it's a Tails, so it's time to spoil. It's time for the Trainer's Mail and for the Ultra Ball, so I can actually... No, I don't need that. I can just go all in here with the Max Elixir. Try to find Darkness Energy. There we go. 170, 190. 210, 230. And one Hex Maniac, just because we can. But we don't need to play it because there is already Garbodor in play. 230, but just in case of the end, I can have one less card in my hand. So yeah, that's pretty much it. 230. I don't see a reason how he can recover from that. There's a Shaymin-EX, but I think this is pretty much it. One Double Dragon, one Colress Energy finally on his Mega Pidgeot, and one Mega Turbo, but still he needs somehow retreat his Shaymin. Even if he can't do that, even if he can do that, I have enough resources for the one-hit knockout for 230, so the game is over. Okay, looking forward for the next battle. 3 more friend requests here. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, please click subscribe button. It will mean me a whole world here if you can do that. Alright guys, who is the next? Alright, alright, alright. Let's move on. So, is that a Volcanion on the other side? We shall see. I'm not 100% positive, but I think it is. So, I'm looking forward to play maybe 2 more battles, something like that. So, be quick to send friend request and battle request if you're new to the channel, of course. Okay, the first possible start here is the Shaymin-EX, I guess. Okay, so the setup is done. I can take 1 extra card, which is just a Max Elixir. Alright. So, Sycamore for 7, that turn 1. Ranger, Trainers Mail, V-Seeker, okay. I see 2 Volcanions already in play, so I see big trouble for myself next turn. I guess top deck Ultra Ball. Wow, that's amazing. That's definitely amazing for Hoopa-EX. Let's just try somehow to set up here with the Darkrai, Yveltal, and no, I need Giratina. Let me just see. 3 Max Elixirs, I do have 1 in my hand. There's Escape Rope, there's a Float Stone, there's 9 energies, 1 in my hand, so none of the energies are actually prized. But a couple Crushing Hammers prized. Alright, so Max Elixir. Energy on Darkrai. Shaymin for 2. Only for 2. Don't want to attach energy yet. Looking for Double Dragon. So there's Fighting Fury Belt, 1 Crushing Hammer. It might be a big deal here to hit that Crushing Hammer heads. 1 Sycamore for 7. Oh nice, there's Escape Rope and Double Dragon energy. So guess I can play first Escape Rope, and secondly, let's just go all in with the Darkrai. I guess I need to apply pressure from the beginning of the game here. Maybe even not. It's not that easy to think against Volcanion because it can just simply deal so many damage. I guess I will just put my Yveltal and power up my Darkrai, so I can put that Double Dragon energy next turn and Lysandre if I want to buy even a few more turns here. But so far, I guess I'm fine. Definitely. Retreat on the Volcanion, of course. Can he use few steam ups or something like that? We shall see. So 1 Volcanion steam up. That's 30 extra damage. So far, he can go for 50. 1 Ultra Ball, maybe for Shaymin-EX. I think that was Pokemon Ninja Boy. Yes, Ninja Boy and M. Another baby Volcanion. No sign of the Shaymin. Which is good for me. Oh, there we go. There's a Shaymin-EX for 5. Speaking about Shaymin. And the Skyfield. Okay. So Skyfield and another Steam Up. I see great opportunity with the Skyfield in play, because I can put my Giratina on the bench and pretty much discard both Shaymins and Hoopa with the Parallel City. Same thing I can do to my opponent, so I can limit his bench. but I think somehow it's much better to put Parallel City 3 down to me because I can have more advantage in reducing the damage down to my Pokemons. So another Fighting Fury Belt and Power Heater for a huge 90 damage. That's just insane how many damage that Steam Up and Power Heater in combination can output. So the top deck for me will be a Trainer's Mail, hopefully for something like a Crushing Hammer. Yes, it is. Those Crushing Hammers are definitely great, especially when there are heads. So Giratina, Double Dragon Energy, a V Seeker for Sycamore, and Sycamore for 7. I like to call it Seeky, not sure why. So another Max Elixir, another Darkness Energy, this time will be attached onto my Giratina-EX. One more Ultra Ball for another Darkness Energy and one Hex Maniac for my Darkrai-EX. There we go. So let's just go with Oblivion Wing, this time for only 30. And one more Darkness Energy will be attached onto my Darkrai. Right now I have so many energies in play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 with the active Yveltal, but he's going to be knocked out next turn. So I can just easily attack with my Dark Pulse and pretty much one-hit knock out all of my opponent Pokemons in play pretty much easily. Alright, so I guess Lysandre top deck would be the best. It definitely would be the best. Okay, I wish I Ultra Balled before I played at Max Elixir so I can have 2 energies on Darkrai instead of the Giratina. Oh, speaking about Lysandre, there's just the one V Seeker as a top deck for one of my opponent Volcanions, and for that huge Dark Pulse of 190 damage, which can give me the opportunity to take first 2 prize cards in this match and take advantage in a prize exchange against my opponent. So I'm down to 4, he's down to 5. Still I'm in much better position because I also have that Center Lady sitting in my hand, but he just simply don't have another attacker with 2 energies in play. I didn't see a single Max Elixir from him, so without Max Elixirs he's not going to be that fast. So yeah, he's just definitely not going to be that fast to power up that second Volcanion EX on the bench to one-hit knock out one of my EXs in play. So that end was a big deal. I managed to hit Darkness Energy, Crushing Hammer, Max Elixir, and tons of great resources. I'm basically taking an easy win against Volcanion. Volcanion is definitely tier 1 deck. It's just definitely one of the strongest deck in the current format and very popular deck. A lot of players actually play that deck. There's one energy retrieval. Okay, so just a 60 damage. I had my Center Lady in hand, but he just ends me, and I lost it. So there's a Crushing Hammer. Unfortunately, this time it's a Tails. So time for the Max Elixir, and I guess it's time for that end. Okay, so there's a Pearl City. It will go down 3 to me. So I can remove my Shaymins and Hoopa from play. 1 Shaymin, 2 Shaymins, and Hoopa. So I can strike with my Dark Pulse for 210, which means next turn if he wants to knock me out with his Volcanion, I will just lose 2 of my energies, which means that I will be still able to strike for 170. And speaking about 170, that's gonna be enough to knock out his Volcanion, because he already have 30 damage. There's 1 Steam Up, so he can go for 160. 160 plus 60 is exactly 220. That's exactly the HP my Darkrai-EX have. And I also have one Darkness Energy more left in my hand. So don't need to worry too much about it. I think this is pretty much it. I think it is. Somehow I think this is pretty much that. So even one more Max Elixir to be played before I decide to go with my Sycamore for 7. Because probably he can end me. And after he do that, I just simply need to have as less cards as I can have in my hand. So we'll just put more that Yveltal down to the bench, play that Trainers Mail, just to try to get as many cards as I can. There is also Fighting Fury Belt, so Fighting Fury Belt can be attached to my Darkrai, so there is no way that he can one-hit knock out the Darkrai, and I can go with my Dark Pulse for like 200 damage, which is enough to one-hit knock out his Volcanion. I can take 2 more prize cards, which means that I have only one prized card left to win. And that should be pretty much it. So, waiting for the next game. The game is just over, as you can see. Alright, so for today I played 10 games with this deck and lost only 2 of them. That's 80%. That's 80% win ratio with it. I lost against that Greninja deck, and which I shouldn't lost if I played a little bit smarter. But I also lost against that Shiftry because of the bad miscalculation. But overall, I think the deck is pretty good and it works pretty well. So if you want to play with competitive deck, you should definitely try out this one because it works pretty good. Alright, so speaking about working pretty good, my hand looks just gorgeous. In theory, there is a nice turn 1 Chaos Wheel in theory. In theory. It all depends on the top deck. Trainer's Mail, not bad. For Ultra Ball, interesting. That's definitely interesting. So let's discard these 2 cards for Hoopa-EX, so I can play my Hoopa. This turn 1 will be so explosive, I can smell that. 1 Shaymin and 1 Yveltal for me. Alright, that's pretty good. 1 Darkrai-EX for the bench, 1 energy for him, 1 copy of Max Elixir, there is energy card. And I can play my Yveltal-EX, I can use my Olympia, and have Shaymin for 6, so I just need Parallel City, and a couple more Max Elixirs. Looks like I hit Parallel City. So let's just discard Shaymin-EX and Hoopa-EX. More than that, I'm going to pass my turn. So Darkrai with 2 energies, turn 1 in the active position, not that bad I guess. 1 Oblivion Wing for my opponent, in theory for 70. He discarded Lysandre and a Escape Rope. So there's a Fighting Fury Belt and the Yveltal-EX. Alright, Reverse Volley, which is pretty nice because I can set up for 1 more time. Just a 40 damage. 1 energy on the Yveltal Fry Knight. Alright. So, time to attach that double Dragon energy and time to use my Ultra Ball. Pretty much for nothing, so I can set up again with my Shaymin for 6. Hopefully to find maybe couple Max Elixirs. There is 1 Crushing Hammer, which can be huge, and it really is. So 1 Max Elixir for 1 more energy on the Yveltal-EX, and since that's pretty much it, I guess I can put Parallel City in play down to my opponent's side this time, so he can't play more than 3 EXs in play. And I can Dark Pulse for 120, short for 10. Didn't want to search my deck for that Fighting Fury Belt, because in that case I should discard that Double Dragon Energy, and there's Enhanced Hammer as Quick Respond. One Darkness Energy on the Yveltal, and he can just simply use... Okay, Lysandre or Shaymin probably. Nope, on my Giratina-EX. That was very nice play and very nice move. Oblivion Wing for a 30. Let's see what will be the top deck. Top deck V-Seeker for Olympia sounds like a great idea, but it's not. So still I can hit Escape Rope or Float Stone. Speaking about Escape Rope and the Float Stone, I just managed to get one. There's also Fighting Fury Belt. So Fighting Fury Belt onto my Giratina. Escape Rope. So one of my opponent Pokemons are in trouble. Let's see who's going to be promoted in the active spot. Whoever it is going to be hit it hard, maybe even knock it out, depend. I can go for 130 or 120 if he promotes his Friday Night Yveltal in the active position, because I can't one-hit knock out his Friday Night Yveltal because of the Fighting Fury Belt, but he just decided to put his Shaymin, so I will take 2 prize cards here. Okay, so the first knockout in the game will bring me a Float Stone and Ultra Ball. Alright. So, there is a Friday Night Yveltal and 1 Trubbish, more than that Float Stone. Can he get very important double course energy for 60-60? Looks like he can, which means that next turn I'm gonna be able to knock out his Yveltal. So I'm still in good position, I guess. We'll take that prize advantage. Then he can pretty much respond with his Yveltal-EX and knock me out back. In that time, I will just 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, still short, still not enough for the knockout. If I use and switch with my Olympia. So somehow I'm thinking about playing end this turn. Might not be that bad option. I can still preserve that energy in V-Seeker, so maybe I can find some Crushing Hammers. Maybe I can't. So just Dark Pulse for the knockout for 140. And there's another Max Elixir. So if he wants to knock me out with his Yveltal-EX, he definitely needs double Chorus Energy card, because with just a single Darkness Energy, he can strike for like 110. That's not going to be enough for the knockout. Not even close. Still, I have 3 prize advantage. Darkness Energy and Max Elixir in my hand. Featuring that, there is also V-Seeker for Olympia, which can be totally devastation for my opponent if he misses opportunity to knock me out on this turn. So let's just wait to see. Okay, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 110. I'm going to be alive with 10 HP left, which means that I can even one-hit knock out his Yveltal. Oh no, there's a Lysandre on my baby. No, on my EX Yveltal. Got confused here. It's time for my Giratina to be promoted here. Max Elixir, no energy. Gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Trainers Mail. Just Enhanced Hammer, but don't see point of playing that. 1 N, I guess. So N down to 4. 1, 2, 3, and 5. That's 8. Maybe I can hit one more energy left. Yes, I can. On Giratina-EX. Retreat. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Retreat on the Darkrai-EX. So I can Dark Pulse for 150. I know that I'm gonna be knocked out next turn, but all suddenly that Lysandre changed things a little bit here. I didn't expect to see that Lysandre. But overall, if he decides to knock me out by attaching one more energy on his Yveltal-EX here, I guess I can still. That's risky. He can't know how many cards or whatever I have left in my hand. But I discarded 2 Sycamores with that Ultra Ball, and that hurts a lot. But still I have 3 VE Seekers left. Hopefully I can get one. I don't see double Core's energy in play. I do have Enhanced Hammer sitting in my hand, so I can always take advantage with that. So he's taking his time. Double Core's energy on the bench. He can simply retreat if he wants. Even that is not a bad option, I guess. VE Seeker for Sycamore. Okay, so Sycamore for 7, Parallel City and Ultra Ball discarded. 2 Lysandres and 2 VE Seekers. There's Enhanced Hammer. There we go. That was a big deal. Evil Ball for the 110. So still not enough for the knockout, but at least I managed to survive. So right now I have Crushing Hammer. And I did have Enhanced Hammer. So he miscalculated, which will lead him to a huge knockout, and I'm going down to 1 prize, which means I just need that Lysandre so I can knock out somehow on the bench his Yveltal. Okay, so Oblivion Wing will do enough damage for the knockout, but still, I simply need to power up my Giratina-EX, which is not going to be that easy, not at all. Because I have like 2 Double Dragon Energies in my discard pile. I do have 2 more left in my deck. There's a Double Colress Energy and maybe Max Elixir. Who knows? Still I have a Crushing Hammer, which can be a big deal. I have 1 more Crushing Hammer. Oh no, there's a N. Okay. So N for maybe VE Seeker. That would be perfect. Oh, that's perfect. A Trainers Mail. Okay, next turn I have 7 cards in my hand. A huge 7 cards in my hand. Okay, that was good play. So I can see that Yveltal-EX here in the active spot. And 130. It's all about Lysandre on the next turn. 1, 2, 3. Yep, it's all about Lysandre, I guess. There's a Darkrai for me and a VE Seeker for Sycamore. And I'm taking 7 cards. I need Crushing Hammers so badly. There's a Tails. There's a Center Lady. Who cares about Center Lady when next turn the game is over, pretty much, if he have Lysandre in his hand? Because he can just simply knock out my Shaymin-EX on the bench and take last 2 prize cards. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. So he need energy and the VE Seeker for Lysandre, and he can just knock out Shaymin on the bench and grab victory. Very close matchup again. Was short for that Crushing Hammer this turn, unfortunately. If there was a Crushing Hammer heads, probably he's not gonna be able to knock out my Shaymin-EX. But unfortunately, he was able. So looking for 1 more game, guys, and that's going to be it for today. So let's just play 1 more match here. Okay, heads. So, starting first. Alright, so opening hand, no basic Pokemon. Again, nothing. And again, nothing. So, 3 extra cards, turn 1. From my opponent. Sounds like a bad idea. But okay, I guess. At least there's a Max Elixir, so... Max Elixir Shaymin, and it's not that bad. Okay, so Max Elixir, 1 Darkness Energy, 1 Shaymin-EX for 2, and just 2 V Seekers, so thinking about playing my N. I just helped a little bit my opponent in this situation. So let's move on with Ultra Ball for energy and Trainers Mail. Nah, for Enhanced Hammer and energy. Somehow I think that he might be able to play those double chorus energies. I don't need Ultra Ball. So Hoopa for Shaymin and Giratina. Of course I need to max out my damage output with that Darkrai here. So this is going to be Shaymin for 5 and Fighting Fury Belt, Lysandre, okay, not bad. So that was it. Okay. Let's then just hit with the Lysandre for like 110. Because next turn he can be knocked out. Alright, so there is 1 Fire Energy and that Volcanion on the bench. But that's it. Seems like he's stuck without supporter card and he can't do anything else. So of course I'm going to use that Crushing Hammer, but I will not hit heads. And more than that, I guess I don't need to play that Seeker for Sycamore yet. So 150, next turn I can attach 1 energy and go with Sycamore for 7. So there's a Crushing Hammer and another Darkness energy for me. But I think that's pretty much it for now, I guess. Very bad position for my opponent, so he is definitely in very bad spot. So 1 power hitter just for 20. Where on the other side I have a VE Seeker so I can Lysandre his Charizard if I really want. And guess what? I will definitely do that after that Crushing Hammer. So 1 huge VE Seeker for that Lysandre, so I have enough energies in play for 190, and I can just simply knock out his Charizard with my Darkrai-EX and take 2 more prize cards, which means that he only have Trubbish and Volcanion left. So that's it. Alright, so that was pretty much it, guys, for today live stream. So that was the live stream that was like 2 hours. Played 12 games, lost 3 of them. Pretty much happy with the deck and how it works. Once again, there's a full deck list that you can actually see. I use it today in this live stream, so it works pretty well. Once again, guys, thanks a lot for being part of my YouTube channel. If you already didn't subscribe to my channel, please consider doing that. If you're new to the channel, you can also check that Pokemon card market. You can also find that code in the top right corner. If it's already not used and redeemed, you can get €5 on your account, but you need to create a new account and you need to be a new customer here. So you should definitely check the site. It's a badass. If you're looking for to trade your bulk for booster box, you can also do that on ccgcastle.com. So check the video description in this video and you can find all about that. So once again, have a nice day wherever you are. See you tomorrow probably again. So till the next time, check my other videos and goodbye.